Impulse control, impulsivity, it's dangerous. It's nice to be spontaneous. It's nice, yeah, okay, it's nice to be spontaneous. What more can I say? Yes, it's great to engage in life without thinking too much, and then when something happens, you can express yourself in a creative and unique way, and it's fun. It's exhilarating to be spontaneous, and there's an impulsivity to spontaneity, of course, but you also got to be careful to look before you leap. uh, you got to be careful because many people are impulsive in a very reckless and thoughtless and self-destructive way, self-sabotaging way. Oftentimes, in our desire to control the universe, in our desire to control our lives, to control other people, to make events, manifest in the way that we want, we push forward. Someone says something to us that we don't like, we may impulsively strike back, harshly, aggressively, and that may be a huge mistake. We may have misinterpreted what the person said. We may have taken it personally when we didn't need to. We may have gotten defensive and angry unnecessarily. Our ego may have distorted the intention of the other person. And had we stopped and not said anything and stepped back and just thought about it a little bit, it might have occurred to us that just screaming at the person or attacking that person or assuming the worst, not giving them the benefit of the doubt, and going into full attack mode, it is a mistake. It's a mistake. A lot of times we just are immediately impulsively tweeting or reacting or responding in some negative, thoughtless way, in an aggressive way. A lot of times it's we want to manipulate the outcome of things, and we don't want to just sit on it. We're impatient. We want closure. We want success. We want things to happen now on our timetable, not on other people's timetable. But it doesn't always work that way. It usually doesn't work that way. Usually things require the cooperation of other people at their timetable and not necessarily our own. And so if you want to push the river where it doesn't necessarily want to go by engaging and pestering people. When are you going to do this? You said you were going to do this. When are you going to do this? I need this done. Come on, where is it? And you could put people off by your impulsiveness, your impatience. Sometimes you need to let the universe do what it's supposed to do. Go at its own flow. Go at its own pace. Row your boat gently down the stream. Life is but a dream. Yeah, if you try to row your boat viciously down the stream, it may take you down, a waterfall, and you smash the canoe. Yeah. Impulsivity. Pay attention to impulsivity, to saying and doing reckless, thoughtless things in the heat of the moment. Right, in your insecurity, and you may want to get reassurance from somebody about how they feel about you or about a project or whatever, and so you contact them again and again, and you want that closure, but what you're doing is expressing pressure. You're expressing weakness. On top of that, though, you're putting pressure on people, and who possibly are doing the best they can to accommodate you, but just have a lot of balls they're juggling. And so you're not helping matters by adding this pressure, and you're not helping matters perhaps by appearing to be weak. Bottom line, take some time between reacting and responding. Okay, so emotionally you react to something, take some time to think about it. I often tell people that if it's a major decision, to take 3 days, sit on it, sleep on it, perhaps talk to people who you really believe have wisdom and your best interest in mind, and get some feedback, and then make an intelligent decision as to how to respond to something. We don't need to respond instantly to anything usually. Okay, maybe there's a particular circumstance where you need a response now, immediately, in that second, but that's rare. In most cases, you can say to somebody, give me 24 hours to think about it. Or you tell yourself, I need to give myself a little bit of time to relax, be calm, and think about this again and look at it from perhaps a different perspective. And maybe my mind will be calmer and clearer, and I'll have another thought about how the best way to approach this is, how the best way to soothe the person's ego is, etc. So we need to think and pause and wait and contemplate and then make the best decision. And most likely, that decision, if we wait and aren't impulsive in our reactions, maybe we'll have much better outcomes in our lives. Maybe that's how the law of attraction works. What we give, we get. You know, if we don't attack, if we ask questions first and don't attack, you know, maybe it'll come back to us in a good way. That's the law of karma, the law of reciprocity. Treat others as we wish to be treated.